Hello. It's Sunday afternoon. I did not vlog last week a lot. Not because I didn't do anything, just because I don't think it's not an intuitive thing for me to pick up a camera and document when I'm working. You know, when I'm really focused, I don't automatically turn on a camera or post it or anything like that. And last week was super intense, like super intense. So beyond everything that's going on in the world, which is, the world's on fire. Jeremy's best friend had a heart attack. So Adelaide's at the vet, at the doggy doctor. She's a 40% corneal ulcer on her left eye. Same day, his best friend has a heart attack. We just didn't know it until later. That all happened on Blackout Tuesday. And I got kicked out of a Peloton group because Black Lives Matter and they were being racist. And silencing voices and literally blocking us and banning us and all that kind of stuff. So I became, like, it's just one of those things where, like, I was so busy doing stuff that is so much more important than, you know, Peloton challenges. I'm not saying those things don't have value. I mean, you need to have a range of stuff in your life, but last week was just very intense and needed attention and focus, and it just didn't occur to me to vlog. Like, I literally don't know the last time I picked up a camera without a shifted focus, you know what I mean? So I figured I'd come out here today and show you what the garden looks like on this beautiful Sunday. I watered it yesterday morning. I came out here early this morning and I did my like morning like check, you know, my little morning stroll. We went over to our friend's house yesterday and saw them. It was the first time we had seen people in 3 months. And it was, I mean, it was necessary. And we like checked temperatures and everything like that. Like he was in a COVID-free hospital, so he was definitely in the clear. But it was just really good to see them and, you know, lend a hand and do whatever we could. But she and I were talking about the Forever House and what the Forever Garden will look like. And, you know, they just moved here and they bought their house and they're building a pool and they're building like a casita in the back. And she was like, well, I don't know what to garden. So we were talking about that kind of stuff and her HOA restrictions and whatnot. And one of the big things that he and I want is unrestricted, or like no HOA. That's super important to us because he and I both have this goal of having this forever house where it's, you know, it's just exactly what we want, right? Like there's no, well, next time, or we do it differently the next house. It's like, no, it's going to take time. It's going to be something that we pour our hearts into. We've talked about this for as long as we've been together. And she and I were talking about it because she's like, well, you know, because they bought their house as a new build. And she's like, I don't know if we could have built a house. I think we've been at each other's throats. And I said, you know, it's funny because he and I are so different that there's very little that we're both good at that overlaps. And so it's really pretty clear like who to go to for what. And so it was just interesting because I was thinking about that and I was like, yeah, there's like whole swaths of this subject that I don't have any interest in, but he does, you know, and like he's so down that road. And at the same time, like I've got the same thing about things that I know he doesn't think about. So I don't know, it was kind of nice to talk to our friends and to see them doing better than we thought they were doing. You know what I mean? Especially after all that and all that stress and whatnot. And to be helpful. But at the same time, like to let your brain go down that road a little bit, that was nice. So anyway, my baby love is doing pretty good. She's got her eyes open today, which is nice. Normally it's sunny, but normally her little left eye's kind of closed. I'm gonna say hello. Say hello. You know all that weeding I did? Doesn't look like I did any of it. All right, so let's go take a little tour. Hi, my love. How's my princess? Hello, sweet girl. This mommy's bright. Let's go take a tour of the garden. My blackberry season, that you're gonna see shortly, is coming to an end. My beautiful abundance of blackberries is starting to dwindle significantly. You can tell. Although I've gotten a lot more ripe just since this morning because none of that was there. But yeah. I've got some kind of fruiting, but I think a lot of them, you know, they're not. I was just talking to Jeremy about this. There's a lot of dead in this plant. What I really want to do is like clean all this up and just kind of tackle it, you know, so when it does harvest next year, it's a more concentrated harvest and it's not expelling all this energy on dead branches or whatever. And there's my little angel dive bombing. Is that wonderful for you? Yeah, I'm so happy to see you doing that. She was on the couch for like 5 days straight because she felt like shit from her eye. That was heartbreaking. Last week was just really hard. And it was just non-stop. Okay, so here's my look at these heavenly, you guys, look. These are the Yellow Moon and Stars watermelons. Are they not? Look how spectacular. I'm so happy. I've got all 6. I did not reseed these. These are the original 6. And then this is my rainbow bell peppers. I reseeded these. You can see I've got a whole bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8. I think I have 9. It looks unbelievable, right? I mean, they're still babies, but I think this really needs the heat. But God, I watered these yesterday and I checked on them this morning and I already need to re-water. These are my sugar baby watermelons. I've got a couple of really solid, you know, like we're gonna do well on this. So definitely, I watched a couple of weeks ago and I was like, oh my God, I've definitely gotten some growth. When you're out here every day, you don't see it. It's kind of like when you're like losing weight. You feel like you don't see it until you see yourself like 3 months later. Look at this. Look at these flowers. Look how much height I've already gotten off some of these. I'm so happy. And then look at my Kajari melons. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Look at that. Just incredible, right? I mean, look how tall they are. I'm so happy about this. Look at my tomatoes. I've got beefsteak here. I really have some beefsteak growth, like a lot. I reseeded these. I think that was really helpful. But I've got a whole bunch. I've got at least 10. And then I've got all this Cherokee purple tomato. I am so excited. I bought heirloom tomatoes 2 days ago. Spent $5 on 3. Crap, I was so pissed. I'm like, oh, I need tomatoes. But look at this. Like, look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? These are my my rainbow bell pepper, excuse me, these are my rainbow cherry tomatoes. They're doing so well. And then these are my purple beauty bell peppers. And I finally have life here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just incredible. Like, I really thought that was gonna die and just be completely useless. And that was gonna be my one, like, bummer. But I've got life. So I'm gonna go ahead and water this because I feel like that's been really helpful. We're officially at the point where we're having 100-degree days. So I'm out here pretty much daily watering. Look at that bear. Look at that bear. God, she's so cute. Look at her. She's so cute. How do you not just adore her? Do you remember like a month or so ago when it was supposed to rain like for 2 weeks? And I have no idea. I have no concept of time anymore. So whenever I ordered this thing, I said, oh, it's gonna rain a lot. I'll do it when it rained, and it like never did. So I'm just not doing it because it's a beautiful day. I just watered the garden. And I literally just said to you, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna plant anything because I don't wanna leave it. And then I was thinking, you know what, what if I just put my seeds away, actually took stock of what I, like physically hold what I've got. Not just my database, but like physically hold it. Oh, I gotta update that too, because I put in that order. I have shit to do. This week's been, I haven't gotten any of my life done. Last week, I've just been in like reactive mode. Anyway, so my point is, what if I like actually held this stuff and was like, okay, what would I part with? What am I okay parting with, planting and leaving and being fine with that, right? So I'm trying to A, do this, but B, kind of expand myself a little bit, because he always says like, well, you could just redo it, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm somebody who really loves like documenting the journey. I'm talking on camera. I really love documenting the journey and like having that point of reference and seeing the evolution of something. So it's a little bit more like sentimental and kind of like makes a little heart sick to leave something that was what you started with, you know? So I've been a little reluctant to that, and he's a big like, you can always update it, you can always optimize it, you can always whatever. And I'm more sentimental than that. So I've been reluctant, but I was thinking, well, if I document it on video, I can always look back on it, right? That's what I'm trying to spin it to myself. So yeah, anyway, so I've got a couple things, like 2 things that I don't think are gonna go in just because maybe they will, I don't know. I've got a soil test. This tests for 4 different things. And then this is 40 tests too. And then I have my garden Velcro. This is for anything that has weight to it. So if you've got tomatoes, if you've got peppers, if you've got zucchinis or squashes or anything like that, if you've got pumpkins, if you've got melons, anything with some weight to it, you need to support it. If you need to support the vine, you do this. And then to support the fruit, there's like a whole bunch of things you could do, kind of depending on how you want to garden and what drives you. But you Google other YouTube people, like there's a slew of options out there. So yeah, let's get started. Adelaide's pissed at me. She's looking at her, she's, Mommy, I didn't mad at you. What did you do to me? I know, honey. I have to put these drops in her eyes. I have to put this like gel, it's like antibiotic in. I had to wait 10 minutes and then put this drop in. I just did the drop. And she gives me this like stink eye look. It makes me feel like an asshole. But it's supposed to make you feel better. And I literally took her to I know, honey bunny, I know. I took her to the doggy doctor yesterday and they were fucking closed. So I'm gonna call today and be like, why did you schedule us for a follow-up appointment on a day when y'all were closed? Yeah. So I planted, oh god, I look ridiculous. I planted Zen Master zinnias in the backyard, and I planted deer-resistant wildflower in the front side yard. That was a big deal because it was the first time I've planted directly in the ground. I said this a little bit yesterday when I was organizing my seed storage, but I have a big aversion to, look at this. It doesn't just like shatter you. I have a really big aversion to leaving my work. Like I want to take it with me, you know? So it was a big move. And then we sat out on the front porch after dinner and he yelled at people running the stop sign. But yeah, we had Tex-Mex for dinner. I gotta blow my nose. But I figured I'd go out there. I've got to do a temperature check for the compost. And I need to check on the garden. See how everything's going. It is a beautiful day outside. It's at 9 in the morning. I definitely need to blow my nose. I'm sorry. Fucking allergies. And I have a long list of things I need to do. It's Monday, and hopefully with any luck, this one is on the mend. Her personality started coming back like Friday night, so I'm hopeful that it is in fact working, you know. I guarantee your day's going better than hers. Cheese? Yes, please. Go. Good job. You want a big piece? That's a big piece. You earned it. Today has been rough. I'm out here in the middle of the day. I'm not normally out here like at 3:40, but it's beautiful and temperate as hell out today. So I'm gonna clean up this tree, or at least start to, and then maybe clean up the blackberry bush, or start to, kind of depending on my back. So, good morning. It is Thursday morning. This is my current backyard. I don't know if you can see what was right there. We made a decision last night because I got to pruning that tree, and the further in I got, the deader it was. So we've made the decision to pull it. So we cut it down and we pulled it last night. Literally, we're pulling up the like stump and stuff. Something cut off the root system. So we think that I don't know how invasive that grapevine is that's right there. But there was something else that we had cut down months ago. Well, not like months and months, but like, you know, right when I started kind of getting into this, that had really climbed into that tree, and we cut it all back and cleared it out. It was like the first thing we did. And we're thinking it might have been that. But like something cut off. Because for a tree of that size, its roots were super shallow and short. So now the fun part is brainstorming what I'm going to put there. He was thinking about putting like a water feature here. I gotta fix these lights now that there's no tree there. I kind of think no, just because it's gonna be really expensive to put. He wants like a 2-tier thing that like goes the back and then has a lip and then comes down. And I just am like, dude, we're gonna be here for like a year, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I'm really not inclined to spend that kind of money. I'm just thinking like thousands of dollars for that size. So I'm thinking what I might do. I really wanted to come out here and light a day because I was out here for like 3 hours yesterday. I'm thinking I might do, on the left of that tree right there are my flowers. And so in between here, I could make it some kind of cool like floral moment, or I could do some kind of a ground cover with like a sculpture. I found these like really cool looking like metal agave statues that are like 2.5 feet tall. So I could do that, and it'd be kind of shorter, you know, like 2.5 feet. I mean, granted, the thing's raised, but it's still not gonna be that big. But I was thinking, well, that would be cool, and then I could, you know, move them when we move. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? And then the other thing I did, you guys, I got a little sheer happy yesterday, but it was so necessary. This big thing in the middle that you see here, those are grapes. So thing is, they don't get enough hydration. So while they have grapes on them, they're Concord grapes, so they're nowhere near ripe. And then you can see what used to be my blackberry bramble. I pruned the living hell out of that last night. It looks crazy, but it's necessary. So I went ahead and I deadheaded all the branches and leaves and whatever, and I had, you know, that one kind of droppy piece I had, that was literally a broken branch that was still somehow managing to produce some way. So I went ahead and just cut it so it can heal and actually produce a hardier stalk. And I think I've already got some early bramble things starting at the bottom there. So I'm gonna just give it some time and some love, and hopefully I can get this thing like really in shape. But I mean, you know, I was getting into it and I was like, holy shit, this thing is like, I didn't want it to get diseased and then kill itself. You know what I mean? We're going to get the irrigation guy out. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to like amend all the soil. So I'm going to go through and get fresh soil and kind of give it a bit of a rehab, and then just give it the rest of the season and the year basically to you know, heal. So as I'm scanning, you know, I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do. And I'm short, sorry. I really think something colorful but dark would look really good there, or like something really, really eye-catching. I'm just not sure, because you've got to keep in mind that on the other side of that kind of like fir, I don't know what that actual tree is, on the other side of that is red Mexican torch sunflowers and California giant zinnias. So you'll have color, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can totally see how strong those flower stems already are. Next couple of weeks, I think for sure, will just be solving the irrigation issues and amending the soil and just kind of giving everything a chance to heal. And then coming through and actually, you know, I might actually buy something that's not from seed and plant in there just to give it, you know, a bit of a head start. The other thing to keep in mind too is I got a fall garden to brainstorm, so maybe I'll put something there. I don't know. Good morning. It's the seat. I always have to say that. It's the seat. We have settings for our massive height differences. Okay, so I showed you all the back deck, that kind of like top shelf to the I don't know what the actual term for that is. I call it a few things. Top shelf is a cute one though. Anyway, so we cleared out that tree, and we've got to keep going on it. We've got to like actually remove the stump. I've got to amend the soil. I kind of spoke to that a little bit, but I hadn't had my coffee, so I don't know how articulate that was. But I went ahead and I called my local nursery and got an idea for what they had in stock, and he said they're actually pretty well stocked. So I'm gonna go take a look at what they've got, because he said they've got all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna go take a look at what they've got and get an idea for the height and the width and everything for it, because I need to buy plants and not seeds. So I just said to him, I'm not buying anything right this second. I just need to go scan and get a real idea for what my options are, and then I can come back and, you know, buy it. But I also need to get an idea of what the soil needs are, because I want to make sure that whatever we put in there for success. So this really isn't an experiment for like success. This needs to work. I don't want to spend a ton of money because this is not our forever house, but I also don't want to totally neglect it like it had been, because it winds up being, you know, damaging. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go do right now, and we'll circle back. Okay, so I'm home. I just told Jeremy I feel like I had a breakthrough. I really struggle with effort. Like I'm a really big effort person. So I put a lot of effort into things that I care about. And one of the biggest struggles I've had is I don't want to literally, that's why I don't plant in ground. I don't want to leave it, right? Like when we leave, I don't want to leave it. So it's been and he is very different. He's like, you know, oh, it's just education. Like, you know, it's an experiment. You learn and then you move on. And I'm like, yeah, but like that meant something to me. That was my first whatever, right? Like this was this matters to me. So it's a different sort of value on it. But anyway, so I went to the nursery and got a whole bunch of ideas, got an idea for like growth and height and needs and prices and all that kind of stuff. And I have to work on that stump, but I also need to like work on the soil. So I couldn't just buy it today because it would be sitting. But I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna measure. I'll show you. Like this week is gonna be super productive. But why I'm talking about it, why I want to like document this, is because this is the first time that I have started this thinking, this is going to go in the ground, like I'm leaving this, and I'm going to fully execute this, but I'm going to do it knowing I'm leaving it, and I'm okay with that. So I told him, like, I looked at a couple, like, right when you get in there, they get you at some like really cool trees and whatnot, and there's this really gorgeous tree that was like $900, and I was like, you know, like if it were the Forever House, totally different answer, but like not here. But I found some like spectacular ornamental grasses and ground cover and really beautiful flowers that like will fall, because I've got that top shelf, right? So I want to play with that lip a little bit. Like I think that would look really cool just to have varying heights and like visual focal points and whatnot, and really make it something interesting, but at the same time, like it's dead center, so it needs to be well done. So I just am really pumped that it'll be something that I'm excited to do, but I'm also excited to just like let it be here, you know? So it's almost like a gift to the house. I know that might sound kind of kooky to you, but it does matter to me. You know, one of the really fun things about doing this is even if you don't do it here, like this is what I keep telling myself, we're not gonna live here forever. You know, this is not the Forever House, but this is such a great playground for your imagination. And if you're like me at all, and you're a creative mind, like I tend to be a fusion of, I'm super creative, but I also block off, like I'm not gonna put effort into that. I'm very all or nothing. So it's like, nope, I don't care. Or yes, I do. So I'm letting myself care a lot more, but also doing it, you know, with the understanding that I'm leaving it. But it is cool to like look and go, oh, maybe at a different house, or like at the Forever House, I've already made the decision that I'm gonna have several gardens. So that's kind of cool to be like, well, I could, you know, it's obviously not gonna look here, but there, you know, like if I was looking at floor tile the other day, like outdoor tile, just for like a moment, right? Like a sitting area. I think we're gonna have a pool. I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to build I'm almost 100% positive on that. Like 92. But I really, like, he jokes that he's the laborer, like he executes, I'm the vision. So like I will create it, and I will get very specific about what I want in height, and I'm very decisive, and he actually does it. So that's excellent. But I was looking at tile the other day, and I was looking at some of this really cool tile. I was going back and forth between like floor tile and like wall tile, because I'm looking at like kitchen backsplash options too. Because I have this vision in my head of what the kitchen will look like, but the more I articulate it, the more I realize I need to detail it further, you know? So like, I'm like, oh, I don't actually have a clear vision on what that would look like whole room. You know, I just have this vignette of the stove and the floor, you know, because nobody shows you the floor, and the floor is so important. So I just have all of these projects in my head that I'm working on. But yeah, I'm really excited. Anyway, so I was thinking, like, I was looking at like stone ideas and you know, how to create height and just different options, because I've noticed in the little amount of time that I've been taking this so seriously, I really don't like an English garden look. I like it for other people, I just don't like it for myself. It's not my vibe. And I tend to be more, what did I say to him? I said Texas jungle. And so I really like this fusion of like rock and roll maximalism with drought tolerant, like, you know, non-humid, because it's not very humid here. We're like kind of always in a drought. So like not drought tolerant, like jungly plants, or things that I could literally create the climate for. because you can create, if you get enough stuff going on, you can create a climate. But I was thinking like, oh, I could have this, or I could have that, or da 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 da. And then before you know it, you've got like 5 gardens planned out in your head, right? So I've got this like desert garden idea. I've got this whole like, it's the least developed idea in my head are the desert ideas in my head are the desert garden, and then the flower like cottage garden, because I want to do a cottage garden, but I have never seen one that I was like that. So what I like about that, something that I find a lot of value in, is I am very quick to say no. So I know exactly what I don't want. And that's a big asset in life, right? So what I think is cool about that though is you immediately go, I don't like that vibe. It's just not my vibe. You know, it's just not what I want. So I'm looking at like different options for, you know, walkways and pavers, or alternatives to pavers, or stone alternatives. How do I make that like that but not? And these are just like, and you can totally preach this if you're creative, these are the most fun rabbit holes to go down, right? Because you don't know the answer. You have an idea, but you don't know if you're right. So it's sort of like fusing the scientific method with your creativity. And I love it. Like, your imagination just has a field day. So I'm having so much fun doing this research, and we've been talking about, we're making some progress on, the reason I keep bringing this up, we're making some progress and getting a little bit closer to maybe to the forever house. So we don't even have land yet, and we have to buy land, and then we have to build the damn house. So we're a couple of years out of this, right? Obviously. But I was telling him a decision that I made this week was, okay, you know what? Having done all of this research, and because I spent a ton of my time researching this. So here's what I'm thinking. And I was telling this, when we buy our lot, and we're gonna have some land. So like when we buy it, we need to sit down and immediately come up with, or very quickly, I shouldn't say immediately, but like pretty rapidly. Obviously, when you're building a custom home, you have to have a custom home builder and designer, right? So you plot out exactly what they're building and how it's going. So then I said, what I would like to do is, as they're building the house, I want to be building the gardens. So I'd come in and like have trucks of soil delivered, or at some pace of, you know, frequency and whatnot, and really start working on it. And he was like, well, yeah, that sounds awesome, but like construction trucks. And I said, totally fair. So I'm thinking, like, obviously I would only plant where it would be safe. So, but there are things that take years, right? Like if you plant blackberries, they take years. If you plant trees, I mean, shit, like not every tree is a mature tree, right? It's got to get there. So you can at least start plotting. And that's what I told them, is I can start plotting, and then like anchoring and kind of going from there. Like it doesn't have to be fully done, but I can start it. And then I can see, and then as something wraps up, I can take over that space or whatever, right? But I'm just so excited. And I was cute because he was like, okay, you're like, this has escalated quickly for you. And he is super supportive of it. And I also think he understands why it means so much to me. So I'm so excited to do this like project now. You have no idea what a big deal it is that I'm gonna like leave this. Like, it's why I didn't plant my damn vegetables in the ground, because I didn't want to leave them. They're freaking tomatoes. You know what I mean? Like, I can replant tomatoes, but I don't want to, because they're my first tomatoes, and that matters to me. So the fact that I'm like, okay, I can do this is pretty big. Y'all, I got motherfucking aphids on my baby zinnias. And I don't want them on my baby zinnias. I want my zinnias to go to college. So I'm gonna kill their grandparents and their babies. Shake well before using. It's like cocktail. Mama, it's Tom Cruise. Had a couple of margaritas. Just in the interest of full transparency. I'm gonna defend everything from everything. I'm not playing the long game for these little assholes to act like nature's chemo and kill my shit. No. We're gonna go holistic. But brutal. How do I do this? Give me instructions in a language I understand. I'm not bilingual, even though I really try. How do I do? Mixing. There we go. Way to bury the lead. 2 tablespoons per gallon. Oh, fuck. This is not a gallon. This is 50 gallons. 2 tablespoons. This is like 16 ounces. I need half a tablespoon. And I need some soap. I heard soap is what's up. This smells kind of nice. If it killed my brain cells, honestly, it's fine. They're not going anywhere. Tablespoons. Excellent. This is half. Okay. Into my container. Flawlessly, I might add. A little bit of dish soap. Just like scant quantities.
Just a little bit.
I'm gonna fuck up.
Just a little bit.
I'm gonna fuck up some aphids. I'm pissed. They're coming from my baby flowers. I want them to go to college.
Surely Republican.
Yeah. I invested all this work, raised them from infants. They were fetuses. It's the most Republican I'll ever be in my whole life.
That aphid's trying to protect its family.
Why are you killing my kid? No, I'm really what this is I'm a liberal. Why the fuck you killing my kid? It didn't do nothing to you.
It's just trying to live. It's just trying to eat.
Fucking freeloader. You come, you see a successful little baby zinnia, you think you can just suck the life out of it? No. Not on my watch.
You done with the water?
No, I haven't even started.
No, oh, sorry. Sorry, turn the light. The water in the backyard.
Yeah, did I not turn it off?
Well, I'm going to fresh water.
Oh. Yeah, I watered. Okay. Tiny bit, scant quantities for something of this size. Remember me saying I bought a 2-pack on Amazon of these? This is what the other one was for. I waited. But this is my Nazi killer. He jokes that this is the most Republican I ever am. Because I have a zero tolerance policy.
Just tequila that out for me, baby.
We went to get Mexican food tonight, and the lady who gave us food literally made our drinks and said, I put a lot of alcohol in these for you. So we're like, oh, okay. Okay, so I have a zero tolerance policy on snakes and on anything that wants to fuck up my plants. Because if you haven't noticed, which you probably haven't, because I haven't filmed the like 14 hours I've spent gardening this week, I take this very seriously and I'm only getting more and more serious about it. So in the interest of not having like a 17-hour vlog or of having like daily uploads of the same thing, you know, we're not there yet. If we get there, great. We'll make that kind of consensus together. But until then, I'm not prepared to make that kind of decision. We're not ready for that conversation. Anyway, so I went out this morning. Later, I went out this morning. That's true. I go out every morning, first thing. And Natalie with her cone, I gotta take her out, right? Because she can't fit the doggy door. And I strolled, I examined like I always do, and everything was fine. And then I went out this afternoon, like around noon, to start working on the stump, like soil and whatnot removal, just to kind of clear out the space for the stump so you can start removing them, because I'm gonna work on that. I have 17 feet of space to make magical. But I went out and I realized, my zinnia has a hole in its leaf. and it's starting to curl under. What does that mean? And the internet said, you have aphids. And I said, oh shit. I have learned about aphids. I don't want aphids. So, this is neem oil with a dish soap and some water. I'm gonna go out in a little bit, probably once the sun sets. I'm gonna spray the living daylights out of my plants for 7 days, like the plagues. I'm gonna kill the whole bloodline. I am all for the circle of life, but when you come for mine, I'm coming for yours. This is like Game of Thrones. I'm not here to play. I'm not here to like, oh, it's okay, you can kill my flowers. No! Go find flowers in some wild field that ain't nobody give a shit about. I planted that shit. I wanna watch it go like to college. I wanna watch it have its own family. I wanna watch it grow old. I wanna go to its funeral. You don't come for mine. I'm coming for yours. And bitch, I am an evil, barbaric warlord when it comes to shit like this. I'm gonna kill some snakes in some brutal ass ways. I'm gonna kill you too. That's just how it goes. I'm speaking solely to aphids here. Who's calling me? So it is Friday night. And this is the backyard. Doesn't it look so pretty? I mean, we don't have a tree there anymore. So like we've got some work, like this kind of awkward spot. We've got some work to do there, but I really love this. I find it so charming. We've got to get some more string lights. We just measured, I think yesterday, for more string lights to finish off the backyard. But God, isn't that so charming? It's a lot warmer on camera than it is in real life. Like, it's a bit more of like an industrial vibe in real life, which is my aesthetic. So I'm into it. But yeah, I just wanted to show this to you because I feel like I keep forgetting. But it's night 2 of neem oil. So I want to explain to you what I'm doing because I was rage filled last night and I put it on stories, but I did not vlog it. I have, let me show you if you can see. These are my little baby. This is my little baby California giant zinnia. And this looks like aphid damage, these little holes. So I was noticing I had a lot of ants like kind of climbing up my stone here, and ants and aphids work together. Aphids are the motherfuckers of gardening. So what you do is you spray it and then you make sure to get underneath the leaves. So here's the thing. Neem oil, just like suntan oil, can give you a sunburn. So you want to do this at night after sunset, and the sun just set like 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago maybe. So I'm coming out here kind of right after sunset. This is why I'm so grateful for these lights. And I am just hosing down all my little baby plants and flowers. Aphids really like to kill the young ones. They like suck it's kind of like kids cancer. Like it's so fucked up because it kills, it takes the life basically out of the baby plant. So you have to do, if you see damage like I had, you need to do 7 days. So every night I have to be out here after sundown and do this. It's another component to doing this, right? Like if you want to grow from seed, this is a factor. Now this is eating watermelon. Isn't you? Isn't you? That's a big piece. You got it? Oh yeah. Good job. There you go. You're doing such a good job. Oh wow, you was wolfing these down, these little pieces. You ate those. There you go. Good job, baby. I'm so proud. Is that a big one? I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. You're doing wonderful. You're doing great. Too big? Little one? Yeah, okay.